Oh my god! I just, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Hello and welcome to Kansas Friends.
I thought I thought he was live way back and went, "Welcome to Kansas and Friends." I'm like, "Oh, we're live." Okay.
No, I was sitting there, I was about to do it, and then I got into the conversation, and shit, I forgot all about it. I
Right.
told you, my memory's gone. Sorry, guys, I'm sick. I'm not doing very well.
We've had a great conversation.
I've had a great conversation, though, in the last half hour. Too bad you missed it.
We're talking about yesterday. We're talking about yesteryear.
We're talking about the good old days.
That's right. Having a paper route and working for your first muscle
Trying
car.
to take her out. How to take care of your women.
That's right.
How to make your women. How to make your women think you're doing what they want you to do.
That's right. Beer and boobies
Beer and boobies.
works every
Gotta
time.
have the boobies out, and that way we do what you say, and bring us a beer, and then we'll shut down, shut up, leave you alone.
And if you clean the house naked, you might help them. Or hinder you.
Yeah, I'm cleaning the house now.
That one might cause a problem.
Hey, hon, you missed that thing under the table there. You're going to have to bend down.
Well,
Oh, jeez. And it was such a good conversation, dude.
oh, we'll get it back.
Oh, man. These guys had me rolling.
So, what you thinking of all the wonderful Hillary Clinton shit coming out right now?
I don't have no idea. You're going to have to educate me. I haven't been paying attention to none of it.
Oh, she just the.
Hear all the rumors about what she may or may not have?
There's
Some say she has brain damage, some say she has Parkinson's.
Well, we already knew she had brain damage. That was nothing new.
Well, I mean, they had the one psychologist that studied her, just her speech, and was talking about she's really got some serious issues.
Yeah.
I mean, he talked about Obama once before, and he was like, he knows he's lying, but he's working really hard to give an eloquent speech. And you got to give it to him. He can put on a speech. He can do a good job speaking. She, on the other hand, sucks so bad at speaking, and she knows it. She doesn't give speech. I love the fact that what she say she's done. I don't know, 100 and some odd interviews. She said, and she hasn't. She has these people that work for her ask her some questions, and that counts as her for an interview.
Wait, now, have they done any debates yet?
Oh no, I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, me too.
I'm waiting with bated
That's
breath.
what I want to tune in for right there. She's going to rape her ass.
Because I mean, she is not. The press is not allowed free access. I mean, she is like tight-lipped. I mean, this girl doesn't talk to anybody that hasn't been prearranged, pre-done. Everything's already rehearsed and done.
Yeah, the questions have been screened.
I mean, they're given their questions, and she doesn't allow certain papers to talk to her. She doesn't allow certain reporters to talk to her. I mean, in her mind, it's just they're just going to start trouble.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're going to ask questions. The definition of asking questions isn't starting trouble.
Just doesn't like to answer the questions that are asked.
Well, and I don't know if she went to a class on how to ignore somebody, but I mean, hers are so bad. You can ask Obama a question, and he will give you a fucking 25-minute answer. And it was so well done. He never answered the question.
No, not even close. Yeah, he skirts around it.
But she does this. I remember the question, the most famous one that I can remember was when they went, well, would you do us a favor? What? Tell us one thing you did that you're proud of. And she's like, I'm so glad you asked that. because those are the questions that I'm hoping to have answered. And when you guys listen to what I have to say, you'll understand where I'm coming from, because we work so hard on these things and we put out special messages so people were able to understand it. And now that you've asked that question, and I can tell you the things that I'm proud of, you'll know how much effort we put into this and realize, why am I so proud of this? Because of the effort we put into it.
Oh.
And you're like, what the fuck was that? And that's like, of course I paraphrased it, but if you go look up her answer, it probably wasn't that much different than that.
So
And I mean, it was like totally, you're like, she's psychotic. How do you think that was even an answer? And she insists, I answered your question. And it made no sense at all. That's the way she answers questions when she's caught off guard.
So how's Trump doing? I haven't heard anything. I've been.
He's making a move with his new people. Now he's getting criticized, but you know, I have my opinion, so people can criticize, and that's the beauty of freedom of speech. Feel free to tell me to stick it in my ass, but I still have my own belief.
Hillary, in one of her new campaign ads, she's tying Trump to the KKK.
Well, yeah, you know, she's gonna. Yeah, that's just gonna be her. She's gonna do that. But what he's doing is he's realizing, which he needed to, that being straight and shooting from the hip is great. It's great. That honesty we need. But you have to know when to use it. You can't walk in the room every day and go, hey, if you don't like what I say, go fuck yourself. That doesn't work. You got to be able to have a small filter and be able to actually explain what it is and why you feel that way. I mean, he's a fresh breath of air. He doesn't really give a shit, and that's awesome. But he still needs to explain on occasion, this is why I don't give a shit. And he's begun doing that now, which is nice.
That's good to hear.
Because, I mean, you know, saying, you know, go ahead.
I hadn't heard anything because I'd been sick, and I just really was wondering how he was been doing.
Well, I mean, he made comments like, Mexico, you don't really think they're sending us their finest, do you? And of course that became, oh, he's a racist, oh my God, he says everybody's, you know, crap who comes, and that's not what he said. But he didn't explain where he was coming from. So he was trying to say, you know, to the effect of, you don't think Mexico's grabbing their scientists and all that and saying, go on over to America for a better life. That's what he was saying. You know, they're just criminals, or a person who's performing a criminal act. Whether you like it or not, if you're an illegal alien and you ran across the border, you might be the nicest person on the planet, but the act was still a criminal act. So when you say...
The wording on that, from the illegal alien till, you know, undocumented worker.
Right, and so, you know, he's like, you know, we got criminals coming across the border. Well, it's more of a duh moment. Anybody who comes across the border illegally is now officially a criminal. You committed a crime. I mean, there's, you know, if you run across the border into Canada and they're chasing you, are you a criminal? Yeah. But you know, they didn't like the fact that he said that, so of course you got to capitalize on it. And he's being a little bit more detail-oriented, I'd say.
Well, that's good.
Well, yeah, he needed it. He needed it. He needs people to go, what do you mean by that? Okay, here's what I mean. That's the part that always gets left out. And it's starting to be in the speeches now, because he's got to realize that the media's not going to ask him, what do you mean by that? They're just going to go, oh, racist. So, you know, now he's actually volunteering a little of that. Which is, you know, this is what I'm saying. And, you know, people are criticizing him for that, saying, you know, oh, he's lightening up, he's getting softer. No, he's not. You just got to realize that you're in a fight for a position. to do what you want to do to make America great again. Yeah, is he the Joker like Mule says? Yep. Is he going to shake shit up crazy? Yep. But we need it. We need it. You know, right now we're still a two-party system. We don't have a third parties. Would that be great? I think it would be.
Yeah.
But for right now, we don't have a third party that is going to be on the stand and have a chance to do anything other than just be seen. So he's going to be the one that's going to shake it all up. He just has to make sure that he doesn't alienate or push away people that would be willing to give him that shot by, not explaining what he means by certain things. That's my analysis, anyways.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and he needed to do it too. People are bitching about him getting softer, but you got to realize he's got to get the White House. Now, the other party's willing to kill, steal, as we've learned, have all kinds of votes be hidden away. They just did the whole Bernie Sanders thing, and that was millions of votes that were hidden away.
They got the FBI to back off a criminal investigation. I mean, come on. Nobody can get away with that. That's better than anything, fucking Al Capone ever dreamed to do.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, no matter what, when you look at all that shit, you go, he's got to get in the White House first. How are you going to get him in the White House? He's got to begin to explain a few things. That's the only way you're going to get it. I mean, I was glad he went down to Louisiana. I was glad he sat down with the leaders, the minority leaders, the other day. I mean, those were all smart things. He needs to do that. He needs to sit down and go, let's talk. I'm sitting in front of you. Instead of, here's the questions you're allowed to ask me. Ask me from here, give me your answer, and then I'll sit down and talk to you. He didn't do that. He went in the room and said, let's go. So they all got a chance to just fire off the questions, and that's the good stuff. It's hard to deal with, but he needs to deal with it.
Takes a man to do that now.
Yeah. I mean, you could do it the Hillary way. I don't think he's going to go with me. Get rid of him.
So what do you think the chances of him winning are?
I think right now we're still 50-50. That's my opinion.
Yeah. We're getting closer to November, so you better snap it up.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to start just. I think he needs to really start talking about that foundation more and more and more and more and more. I mean, when they when Bill and Hillary say, "Oh, if she gets the presidency, we're going to back off completely," backing off completely for them is we're going to give it to our daughter. That's not backing off completely. That's just making sure the person who's running it, you can run.
Yep.
This is true.
Let's see who we got. We got Partisan, Gorilla, in the chat room. Mule, how you doing, Mule?
Hey, Mule, I sent you an invite, damn it. 2 invites.
Let's see here. 10,000 email pieces missing everywhere, nothing suspect, and they move on. Yeah, they did. Most substantial donations to the foundations are scum or scams in the Saudis. Absolutely. Indeed, indeed. I'm still waiting for someone to go, so if the Saudis are donating to the Clintons and then all of a sudden they're getting special treatment, does that seem weird? Apparently right now, no.
I say if Clinton likes Saudi so much, they ought to move over there. Go let them rule with them.
Well, my favorite was when she said she was going to let Bill handle the finances for the country.
Yeah. Said he failed the first time. What do you think he's going to do the second?
you're going to give him the wallet? Really?
Yeah.
He gets to hold the purse.
Yeah. He's been pickpocketing for how long? You just want to make sure you got someone good there to do it? Gee, thanks, Hillary.
He ripped us off the first time. What the hell you think you're going to do on the second?
I mean, yeah.
And he was impeached the first time.
Right, and he also helped steal the silverware.
Jeez.
They were totally broken stealing silverware when they left the White House.
You know what's really
which is
funny
bullshit.
is their whole administration, everybody but them went to jail.
It's because they run the jail.
Yeah.
I mean, you already know she's got people in the right places running the DOJ. So
Yeah.
when Bill can smile and
I
walk
just
on
worry
a
they're going
plane,
to kill old Trump before he has a chance to even get in.
nah, you want to talk about starting something with an entire nation? That would happen.
Yeah, that one's impossible to do for her right now. Now, if he wins and she's had hard feelings in some of the debate or whatever that might come up, maybe.
What time is it, guys?
It is 4:55.
I got 7:55 here in Maine.
7:55? 6:55.
4:55.
3:55. Do I hear 5:55?
Or like they say up here in Maine, what time is it? Depends on where you at, where you're
Yep.
from, what you doing.
You're in the future.
Damn it. I'm off to the future. I gotta change my clock again. My clock keeps going an hour fast.
Huh?
I have no idea why.
Because you didn't change it last time you had a clock change?
Yeah,
I
see, we
did.
don't-
I
But
did.
it- but
I
it-
changed it like
but
8
it-
times.
But if you just hang on, we're about to do a fallback 1 hour here soon, and then the clock will be perfect for the next 6 months.
There was quite a few times when I lived in Wisconsin that why am I getting an invite from you? There was quite a few times in Wisconsin where I just didn't change it at all. Sorry about that.
Mule just pulled an Ed USAF.
You know, I'll go ahead.
Send him an invite, and he sends one back.
I don't want to be a part of your stupid cat. You be a part of mine. I'll send him another link just in case.
So what you got for plans this winter, Kansas?
I don't know, just living, I guess, right now.
Well, as soon as the fall hits and you guys start hitting that 60-degree weather, you should be able to move around a bit.
Yeah, after
Get you out to a range, do a little shooting.
Ah, crap. He left. Kansas got booted out.
What?
Yeah. Bill came in and booted out Kansas. Well,
Kansas go?
to anybody that's still watching, we might be going off the air real soon.
Really?
There's been a
So I
small
hit you up to
snafu.
get the link because I can't. If you send me the links before the show and I'm not there, they don't work, right? So you have to give me a live link. That's why I hit you up, Stinger, because I knew you're on, so I knew it would be annoying to come in.
Right?
So
It definitely got my attention.
yes, I figured it would, and yes, I learned that from Ed USAF.
Ed does that all the time. Yeah. Send me a link here. Then he sends you a link. Like, come on, Ed.
But that's why he's doing it, John, is because he knows that's getting your attention.
See, I never knew that. I never knew that there was ever a problem like that. I never had that issue. I wonder why.
Well, hey, Kansas
Oh.
is back, so we're still live. Hi,
Yeah.
Kansas. I did join.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing, buddy? What'd you do? Dye your hair?
No, why?
It's not as
Is
gray
that
as
black?
yeah.
No, I get gray. Yeah, what can I say?
Getting all Hollywood on us now, huh?
Right,
Yeah.
right. He's getting the Grecian formula.
The gray's in.
Yeah, I know it is. It's kind of funny. Talk about
Yeah.
people trying to steal the image of wisdom and you know experience. Jesus.
Yeah. Now it's popular to be gray.
Yeah, but to be
Yeah,
young
that's
and gray, not old and gray. You're not supposed to have earned it. You're only supposed to have dyed it.
Fucking
Right.
hip.
Yeah, my buddy, I got a guy who lives up in Colorado, Colorado Springs, and he said that he said he was out one day and everything was normal, and he took the weekend off, stayed at home with the wife. He said, I went back out on Monday to go out and start doing some tree work. He said that the freaking the hipsters had invaded Colorado Springs.
Mm.
I was like, what do you mean? He goes, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. I went, what do you mean? He goes, I don't know. The property values, he says, overnight, it's just, they're going up. I went, why? He goes, I guess because pot's legal, they all want to live here now. I'm like, what? He goes, oh yeah, it's crazy now. He said, yeah, it's getting worse and worse. He said, by the day though. He said, you're looking at stuff in the papers like, you know, where you might have had something that was, you know, $1,250 a month, now it's $1,700. He said it was just literally overnight. He says, and you're watching people, you know, put up this new type of siding that there is, just a regular old house, but they put up the new siding. They got to bandage everything up, make it look fancy, so they can try to get more money for it. All the hipsters want to be there.
Hey, you can't blame people for taking advantage of that, though.
Well,
I mean,
no.
If you owned a house in Colorado Springs, I mean, I know it's going to actually help his business too, you know, because just think, you add $50 hipster tax, right, for everything you do for them, or, you know, if you're doing it by the hour, you add a $5 hipster fee. You know, they don't even have to know what the fuck it is. You know?
He said the only thing is he rents a sawmill. You may have seen his channel. It's Mitchell Dillman. He does logfurnitureHowTo.com. He's a nice guy, but he's like, overnight his rent went up because if they're not going to sell that property and have it become condos, they got to raise the price so that it's worth it. I'm like, damn, dude. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
He said
should have bought it when he had the chance, you know?
Yeah, he should have.
Just that simple.
But yeah, he's like, I told him, you're going to wind up back in the old storage facilities. He went, yep, could be.
Actually, what he should do before it goes crazy is get his ass out of town, right? And buy a little piece of property that he can put his own shit up on. And because eventually, if the whole country doesn't go legal weed, if it stays, you know, just leaving it in a few states, Colorado is going to get very busy just on that, you know.
Oh, yeah. It was already rich hipster, but it hadn't become middle class hipster yet. And now apparently it's like middle class hipster. Now it's just, you know, I want to live there. And apparently he's like, I didn't realize there was that many people involved in the pot industry, but apparently there's a lot of people involved in the pot industry.
Easily, man.
I was like,
Sure.
I didn't realize how big it was. He's like, it's everywhere.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, there are stores that are. He said, you know how you see a candy store? I'm like, yeah. He goes, there's adult candy stores.
I would admit it's got to be the same as Nevada, where you can go into any five and diner, and they got slot machines right there at the table. You know, little ones, whatever.
Yeah.
Bus station in Nevada has slot machines.
Yeah,
He said they're those little. There's like, I guess they're candy stores, but they're adult candy stores. So you can go in. They have adult bakeries. He says everything you're used to seeing, there's another whole genre of it. He said, so if you see a bakery, now there are adult bakeries. I'm like, really? So they put it in bread? Yep. Cookies, cakes, cake pops. He said they put it. If there's a baked good, it's in it.
Yes. And here's the funny thing is that's actually more historically correct than most people would think.
I remember brownies. That's it.
No. But you see, again, this is where the short-term memory versus long-term history, right? So that's why I said historically, right? Because if you go back in the day, cannabis has been involved and part of society for a long time, except, like, say, the past 100 years, right? It was used for a lot of the stuff that's coming back and being used for again. So, yes, for a long time, breads were made with cannabis, either one form or another. Not always that you're going to feel good from it, but a lot of it was just for fiber and the nutrients that come from it, and your body. Yeah, well, it's all hemp, technically, you know.
But it was the non-THC carrying.
And that's the thing, low THC carrying. You know what I'm saying? Not non, but just low. It wasn't,
I'm unexperienced.
I know, and that's what I'm trying to explain. It wasn't back in. If you go historically, you can find it wasn't ramped up to what it is now, right? We've learned how to crossbreed everything, right? We've turned fucking wolves into chihuahuas, Well, that kind of human activity has gone on in the cannabis industry, even as a black market for 50 years. People have been refining it, And today's marijuana is definitely of higher quality and more THC than it used to have in a lot of cases.
Well, I heard that stuff that they have in these stores is supposed to be crazy insane.
Some of it is, man. Shit's like, it's literally fucking marijuana crack in a way, right? Now you're not gonna go rob your grandma. You're gonna empty grandma's fridge, but you're gonna be giving her hugs the whole time and begging her to make cookies, right? Or you're gonna get couch locked and you're not gonna get up from a whole season of something on Netflix.
It actually depends because there's so many different blends. You can get the ones that make you relaxed and tired and sleepy, or they got the energetic blends now, or the ones that don't give you the munchies now. They've crossbreeded it so they take away what you don't like about weed and give you something different that you might like about it. Like, holy crap.
But with the hardcore stuff, it's really, it's not energetic. Okay, now you have to go a little softer to get the energy stuff, And I like the energy stuff too. I don't like the couch lock anymore. I like the pain-killing aspects of it because it is a natural painkiller. Right, and the fact that they're finding out more and more, and just think of all the 100 years of science that's been put into everything but cannabis, right? And opioids in a lot of ways, but opioids have gotten over the past 30 years, even though they're Schedule 1, the federal government let pharmaceutical companies experiment with it, right?
Because we easy to fucking make. Anybody can do it. Can you make opium? Just me sitting here? Yeah. No, I bet you. Well, I couldn't. Right? I would. Well, maybe if I watched some YouTube, but I can make.
But it's the same thing, right? So you're growing a plant, right? Opium comes from a plant. All it comes from is a poppy plant. And when the seed pod comes up, you extract the sap from the seed pod, right? Yeah. And that gets refined into. You just let it dry and it turns into opium, you know what I mean? It turns into something you can do something with, but with steps of refinement, that it ends up as morphine and oxycodone and all the legal stuff, but the illegal stuff is easier to make, cheaper to make, quicker to make, you know what I'm saying? And your body turns all that stuff into morphine once it gets in your body. Right, it all turns into the same thing. Same with anything with a cane on it. Has if you buy any drug that in the last three things are cane, the last part of that word is cane, and you've got coke somewhere in that line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Novocaine, right? You go down the line in there, cocaine is in there. Same with opioids. They're in everything. And I wish we could experiment. And Israel's already doing it, and that's why they're coming out with some amazing, amazing breakthroughs. And showing what can happen. And the fact that it reduces swelling of joints and all kinds of stuff. Really good for arthritis.
Well, it's I just wonder this. If they go totally legal, how long do you think before there's an immediate outcrying from the lobbyists and the tobacco companies are going to need to control it?
Oh, and it's already there, dude. They're already starting to outcry. That's part of the thing of government that's holding up the twisting of the rails, right? But the big tobacco has been ready to jump in since the 70s when Carter almost did it.
I saw one package. It was for R.J. Reynolds, and it had like a guy kicked back against a cactus with a big hat on, and the big toe and all that stuff. And it was for Acapulco Gold. I saw like an
advertisement.
A sample pack thing like that. And that was long ago.
You're talking 1977.
Yeah. That
was being floated around in real serious discussion, and it took up until Reagan got one of Carter's aides busted with. He found out that the guy got busted with coke, right? And so he started pinning during an election year that was going to hell anyway with hostages, right? So was pinning him as being the junkie president. So there was no way in hell anything was going to happen. And it took almost 40 years for anything after that because it became a big business, right? The drug war is big business.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
Private prisons. I mean, Jesus, how many cops do we got on the street? All because of the drug war. And you have now all those conspiracy hat theory nut that everybody's called a conspiracy nut when they can see through the bullshit before anybody else, right? So people have found tapes of Nixon talking about how the only reason they needed to start the drug war was control the hippies and the blacks.
Oh, yeah.
Coming out of a president's mouth.
But that will never, ever, ever, never hit the light of day right now.
Oh, it's out now, dude. You can listen to it.
But I mean, it'll always be relegated to the back pages online. No one's going to bring it out and put it out.
No. Right. Why? Because, the lie that's said first, right? I mean, look at the bullshit with our media and the propaganda machine that Can's been railing about for years, but look at the full aspect of the propaganda machine. Nobody knows the truth. They only know what somebody said first. They don't even listen to the second argument. They don't listen to the counter. They don't want to hear any real truth. Look at the whole Hillary thing. These emails, this continuous flood of ethical violations that people say, well, they're not technically a violation. She didn't technically break the law. Well, she may have broke the law, but she didn't do it with intent. Well, nobody ever said intent was supposed to come into anything. You broke the fucking law. But that's besides the point, right? Because nobody wants to hear shit about the Clintons anymore. They're if you even say... nothing sticks, right? And that's why people hitting her. I was talking to your wife about this. That's why people hitting her in the physical aspect is the most brilliant way to do it because everybody is starting to ask these questions. And I think the debates that are coming up are going to be a big thing. Is she going to be on a stool? Is it going to be a sit-down debate? Oh, I know Trump don't want a sit-down debate. Trump don't want to debate during the NFL, and Trump don't want to sit down. You don't want no leaning stools, nothing like that. No. Guess what you get? You get the podium with some place for you to be able to put water in case you need to sip something while the other person's talking. It's just the two of you on that fucking stage talking to the American people. Stand up and do it.
I can't wait. Because I just think that's going to be, if he does it correctly,
You might kill her on stage, dude. That might be awesome. Watch her just have such a brain fire.
if he just hits her with the simple, undisputable stuff, all right,
No conspiracies, nothing.
right? Don't.
Simple.
Hold on one second. What's up, buddy?
Flies, man, I'm bad food.
It's okay. It's just a fly, bud. You'll be fine.
Hey, bud. Tell him we said hello.
Everybody says hello.
That was right there.
I know. It's look. Listen. There was a banana, and the banana made fruit flies. Okay, they'll go away, but it takes about a day. So right now, I know. Right now, we just got to deal with it. It's a fruit fly.
Oh, tell them how much they bug me too. We got them bad, buddy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we had an unknown banana.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
I
those
tell
little.
you what, guys, I'm going to close out for the day. So I want you guys to go ahead and say your last goodbyes to the crowd. And I'm going to then I'll say finish her up, and then we'll sit and talk afterwards.
All right. Well, thank you to everybody who's listening and has been commenting. Thanks for being here.
Sorry you missed the first half of the chat. It was really great stuff. As far as me, man, everybody that's watching, you already know, live free, even if the government says you can't. And if you got them, vape hard, man.
That's right.
And I'm going to say go check out hashtag Justin's Final Mission and sponsor somebody making some videos. And if you do, you will be in a contest to get a Zero Fucks Given sticker. You can be in for a penny. You can be in for any other thing after that. It only takes 1 cent, $1, 100 videos. Come sponsor one of us, and let's get 22 a day down to 0 a day.
Ooh,
Yeah, I guess that's about it, folks. I'm sorry I screwed the pooch on this one. I sort of, everybody was talking, and then I just sort of forgot all about turning on the damn camera. So,
Yeah, that shit happens, bro.
I was enjoying the conference too much. So, I'll try not to do that next week. I'll be back here if I can possibly do it. Been sick. Sorry about last week, but maybe if I can stay healthy, I'll try to get there. So, see you all next week. Same time, same place, same day. Talk to you later.